All right, going live here this Sunday morning. Not doing too much here. Just sitting back and figured why not go live here. But I will be real quick. Have to do one thing. We got one person watching. I see. Who may that be? Action Limeade. What's up, man? So we got one person so far. So yeah. This is a solo stream. Hey, Rambo McLean Zalea. I like the avatar. But for people that are, wondering, and I wanted to make a post about this, when there's a hangout, I'll let you guys know so that way you guys have more of a heads up. I don't want, as much as I have fun doing those, and it's always a great time, chatting with my friends up here. Uh, you know, like I said, lately there hasn't been too much going on in the past couple of months. So I'm trying to do a little bit more solo streams and, keep the hangouts more sporadic. But we're going to plan the next one. I guess, I've only seen one of the one Alexander Nevsky movie that I've seen is Moscow Heat. And that was trash. So, yeah, if the rest of his movies are like that, then I have an idea. Michael Jordan's from North Carolina. I have not seen Bad Boys 4, but I have seen Beverly Hills Cop Axel F, and I did enjoy it. And believe it or not, I have my notes for the reviews here, and I may record one today. So right now I'm working on a new credit roll for my videos. And if I'm looking that way, the little dog is up here. So let me get him back downstairs. I don't trust him. Come on, let's go. Come on. Let's go, King. Go downstairs. I don't trust you. Dog sitting. It's like, but yeah. But like I said before, Beverly Hills Cop. I've already seen the movies, even the new one. I got my notes right here, and I may record one today. We'll see how it goes, or throughout the week, I'm going to try to get those out. But yeah, like I was saying before about the hangouts, let's keep them more sporadic. If there's a live hangout, I will call it a live hangout. If it's a live stream, 95% of the time it's just going to be me. So that is the difference. If it's called a live stream, you can expect just me. If it's a live hangout, then we're going to have a bunch of us in there. The regulars like Scotty and Wildman, Matt Thomas, Gabbo, and others. But I also, want to, do some one-on-ones. Have some conversations with, either be Fabio or Matt Thomas. uh, Gabbo, Mario. I haven't talked to Mario in a while. But yeah, if I had to pick, what script would you have gone with for a Rambo 5? I don't know. I mean, there's quite a few of those scripts. I've covered them before with Matt Thomas, like way back. I can't remember off the top of my head what kind of stuff like plots they were, or like they had in mind. I would say anything other than what they did with the movie. I don't know who would have directed it. Hot dogs with mustard or ketchup. I'll go with mustard, but I don't really eat hot dogs much. Is there any unmade films that I would want to see? Well, back in the day, Isobar, that would have been good. I mean, I don't think that would happen now, or if they were to do that now, it would just be new faces, like a new cast. Charles Bronson or Rugged Hauer. Well, I've only seen really a couple of Bronson movies. Let me see. I may have seen like three or four. The original Death Wish is good. The Red Sun I like. 10 to Midnight's a very solid one. Rugged Hauer. I've seen more Rugged Hauer movies than I have Bronson movies. Hey, Junebug. Yeah, I have not seen the Death Wish sequels. I do have all of them. I got I got Death Wish and I got Death Wish 2 through 4 in the triple pack. Death Wish 5 I don't have. Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, you can make Isobar with Atkins, or you can make it with Statham. Neither. I'm not on Reddit or TikTok. Yeah, I'm sure the Death Wish 3, the stuff I've heard about it, sounds like fun. Oh, which is worse? Probably TikTok. Reddit's just a forum, right? I mean, Reddit's just message boards and forums. TikTok is worse. Hey, Common Writer. Yeah, I mean, that too. And look at the Meg movies. I mean, maybe the first Meg made a little bit of money, but if they were to make Isobar now, just have a bad feeling it would be like more low budget or just, kind of in the direct to video realm. No, I don't want to see Isobar with Nevsky. No, I would not want to see that. That would cost $2. Yeah, pretty much. Would you do TikTok for $23,000? Why 23,000? Why not 50,000? Why not 100,000? I mean, sure. $23,000, yeah. But I want it in all cash, all green. Moscow Heat. See, I forgot Andrew Divoff was in that movie. I remember Adrian Paul being in the film, and he dies in the first 5 minutes. Richard Tyson from Kindergarten Cop was the bad guy, and he was putting on a very bad Russian accent. It's just a bad movie. It's a terrible action movie. No, this is Crystal Light. It's kind of like a sugar-free Kool-Aid. Well, I mean, like I said, I've only seen Moscow Heat, so that wasn't. Maybe he's done other good stuff, and I'm just not aware of it. But based on Moscow Heat, and I'm like, yeah, this. I don't know about this guy. Thoughts on the rainbow flag? Well, the month is over. I think the Hawk Tua girl kind of took over the month of Pride in June. What's the new Netflix controversy? I haven't heard anything about it. Hey, Mr. D Man. The Umbrella Academy. Don't know much about the show and don't know much about the controversy, so I'm out of the loop. So I don't know anything about it. Netflix canceled two new I can't talk. Netflix canceled two upcoming shows. I haven't heard about that. Well, they come in packets, so you have to go to I don't know where you're from, Kyle, but you have to go to the grocery store, and it's in the juice section, and you know they're packets. It's an alternative to soda. 3,000 Miles to Graceland, I've never seen, so I can't really. I don't know if it killed his career. This is Crystal Light. It looks like soda, but it's it's like sugar-free Kool-Aid, and it's grape flavored. So I'm trying to drink more of this today. I mean, it's made with water and these little packets. I mean, there's different flavors, but I like grape the most. BJ's. My favorite food is chicken. I still haven't seen The Beekeeper. My favorite Kurt Russell film is probably Big Trouble in Little China. Silk Sonic, I have no idea what that is. But yeah, like I was saying, let's like for the hangouts and stuff, going forward, let's plan them. That way, one, people can be will have a heads up, for people out there, for people that join these hangouts, for people that, like to chime in the chat. That way you'll know they're coming. Also, it kind of builds up if we wait a little bit, topics can build up and we have stuff to talk about, and stuff in the movie news and stuff of that nature in the realm of movies, TV, entertainment. That way, we got stuff to talk about and we can cover a variety of topics by, planning these hangouts a bit better. I don't want to do a hangout for every stream. I'm just, again, I love doing them, but I'm just kind of, let's kind of spread them out. So, but Bruno Mars and Anderson, I don't know much about Bruno Mars. Do I like Superman's new costume? Not really. Everything about that just looks off. I don't know what it is. Everything just looks off about it. Well, yeah, that too. I mean, I would love to do like one-on-ones, whether it be with you or Scotty or Gabbo or Matt Thomas, which I've done quite a bit of them with Matt Thomas, but Mario too. I haven't talked to Mario in a while. Matt, even though right now I think he's kind of dealing with some stuff, and I hope he stays safe. Mike, at some point, I would love to talk to Mike again. Stuntman Mark would be a cool guy to talk to. I always enjoy, their streams, like with Mark and Uncle Bill, with the Dead Pit crew and Matt. Maybe one day, maybe Jamie again. I would love to talk to Jamie. Maybe I've been trying to get Jamie to come on like for one of these hangouts. Interviewing celebrities, I'm not that popular. I'm not that famous. I've been trying to like figure out a name for the show. Like, if I did like one-on-ones, or let's say, I don't know. I've been trying to come up with a name for that. Like, what would be a little catchy name for, interviewing people, one-on-one conversations, throwing out questions and stuff like that. Favorite action director, I would say John McTiernan. I have to go with John McTiernan. Yeah, the new Superman looks like, as the French say, garbage. It just, everything about this new Superman movie just looks off. Even, with him as Clark Kent. Why does Clark Kent look like Tony Khan from AEW? With like the poofy curly hair and stuff like that. Yeah, I didn't know that, but yeah, I mean, I would love to, do more one-on-ones. because I know with the big hangouts and stuff, as fun as they can be, a lot of times, people kind of in the chat, I know when we get to talking about different topics and stuff, people in the chat, may get a little bit lost, questions might get left behind, etc. So that's why I think, like one-on-ones, definitely work. And like, even if it was like a 3-person stream or a 4-person stream, like one day we're going to do like a big, huge hangout again, where it's like, because I think I can fit like 8 people or more in the stream. But yeah, so we'll plan those out a bit better, and I want to plan videos in general out a bit better, and have a schedule. Best Batman to worst. Michael Keaton, and then I would say after Michael Keaton, hmm. I'll go with Robert Pattinson. After Robert Pattinson, I'll go with Ben Affleck. He was a good Batman, but the material just doesn't help. Then I would say like Val Kilmer, maybe. Like George Clooney is the worst. There's no question. Adam West is a good Batman. I would say the best is Michael Keaton. The worst is George Clooney. Yeah, that would have been cool. But I mean, yeah, I would say like Keaton, Pattinson, Affleck, or maybe like Keaton, Pattinson, Kilmer, because I do like Batman Forever. It's an all right movie, and then like, well, Bale, maybe Bale will be after Kilmer, because I have a soft spot for Val Kilmer's Batman. I'd like Jimmy Stewart. Sonic or Super Mario? I would say Super Mario. You're going to use an ATM machine for the first time? Yeah, Batman's a classic. Not canceled. Why was Tommy Lee Jones not canceled after reports he mistreated Jim Carrey? I don't think he should have been canceled. The thing is, maybe Tommy Lee Jones just didn't get Jim Carrey. I mean, Jim Carrey's Jim Carrey. That's the thing. Tommy Lee Jones probably just wasn't having it. I don't think he mistreated Jim Carrey. I think Jim Carrey, like I said, he's Jim Carrey. So, I mean, some people may like his humor, some people may not. Tommy Lee Jones, I mean, if I can be honest, as great of an actor as he is, he doesn't strike me as a guy that laughs a lot. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, he's a great actor, Tommy Lee Jones, but does he strike you as a guy that really laughs a lot? So, yeah. Marvel or DC? I got to go with, I'll go with DC. Hey, Wild Man, good morning. I got to watch The Beekeeper. Well, Val Kilmer, all the stuff that he did back in the day, I mean, I'm not all that familiar with the stories. I mean, I've heard about the stuff a little bit on what happened with the island of Dr. Moreau, and he was like burning people with cigarettes. I've heard of that story. I wish that, he gets better. I did see the documentary that he did back in like 2022. Um, it was a good documentary, but he didn't seem all that apologetical. Is that the word? He didn't really seem like, he mentioned some of the stuff that he did, but he didn't really seem like he felt bad. So he was a good act. Val Kilmer was a good actor. Did some great movies. I would say my favorite is Tombstone, but I mean, and it was cool to see him again in Top Gun 2 for that little scene. So I don't wish him ill will. I just want him to get better. Yeah, Beverly Hills Cop 4 or Axel F. I did enjoy it. Okay, I didn't hear about that. Yeah, I have seen the first three, and in fact, I have my notes ready for all four here. For, I'm going to record them like kind of throughout the week. Um, I would say my favorite is the first one. The second one I really enjoyed. I thought it was a very solid sequel. Part three sucks. I mean, I was watching part three, and there were times where I just like got up and I walked around and cleaned up a little bit because, I mean, what a huge step down from the first two. And I'm like, I mean, I understand that they wanted to do sort of like a Die Hard and theme park kind of premise with that one, but everything just felt off about that movie. Eddie Murphy is off. The script is bad. The direction's awful. Just everything about that movie. If people like it as a guilty pleasure, maybe I can see it, but I was suffering through that movie. Everything about the film is just odd and strange, and there's no heart. Eddie Murphy's not there. His heart is not in it, and you can tell. All right, I have to check out Metro. But I thought, Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F, Eddie Murphy, I think he did a good job as Axel Foley again. I mean, I'm not going to say it's perfect. I do have a couple of cons with the movie. I do think is that the first half of the film, it could have used more of Axel and the Abbott, Joseph Gordon-Levitt character, like their team up, their partnership. I think the first half could have used more of that, and I'll talk more about that when I do my review. But the fourth one, the more I think about it, like, for me, it's a tie between the second one and the fourth one for my second favorite. I'm going back and forth. Like, I really enjoyed the second one, and the fourth one I thought was really good. And yeah, I'm a little bit back and forth here on which is my second favorite. I mean, if you want like more of, Axel Foley with, Taggart and Billy as a team, a unit, yeah, I mean, I would go with the second one. Yeah, I mean, I thought the daughter, you hear that? Yeah, I thought the daughter did a good job. But let me look out this window here and see what's going on. I don't see anything. I don't see anything. You got two cats. Yeah, so I didn't do nothing. It sounded like a fire truck. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I mean, you kind of wonder why can't more films be like that? Why can't, more of these returns for these characters and franchises? Look at Beverly Hills Cop XLF, look at Top Gun Maverick, and look at the Cobra Kai series. Like, why can't they just? It seems like Netflix, is doing it right. I mean, Jerry Bruckheimer had a big hand in those movies, Top Gun 2 and this, but yeah, yeah. I don't know who was that outside. Anton Yelchin. I think he was underrated. I do like. I didn't mind him in Terminator Salvation uh, as Kyle Reese. He did a movie called Charlie Bartlett. I didn't mind. So I mean, yeah, I think so. I have not seen The Big Hit. Is Eddie Murphy an action star? Uh, I don't know if I would say that, but I mean, I love Eddie Murphy. Does Eastwood? I know he's directing one more movie. Um, I don't know if he'll do another movie like starring in the film. To be honest with you, I think that he should have retired after he did The Mule. I like The Mule. Um, Cry Macho. I've seen half of the film and it was like okay, but I don't know. Just depends. I'd rather, to be honest, he should have ended his career on The Mule. I thought that was a decent movie. Yeah, I mean, and I can't wait for Cobra Kai. Yeah, I mean, Disney Disney would never do it. Hey, Gabo. So we got Gabo in the chat here. Yeah, exactly. We need to get Jerry Brockheimer for everything. He seems to know how to, like, you know, Jerry Bruckheimer knows how to pull it off. Look at Top Gun 2. Look at Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F. Cobra Kai's, you know, in the final season, and that's a great show. I do wonder if with Cobra Kai, is Terry Silver going to be back? Yeah, it's going to be a solo stream today. And I've already talked about this earlier a little bit. But for the hangouts and stuff, like everybody will know when it's a hangout because I'll put like live hangout in the title. Um, but let's kind of plan them out a bit better and like plan them out, and that way people can know and when they're coming, and people know, like people will have a heads up about when the hangout is coming and stuff like that. And so you know, Tales from the Crypt is a good series. I don't have any of the seasons. Disney probably will collapse. I mean, it's just the trailer. There's a mugshot in the newspaper. Do you think they'll make a fifth one? I mean, oh, okay, Terry Silver. I was thinking about Beverly Hills Cop, but yeah, I think that this can't. What happened to Terry Silver can't be the end of Terry Silver. I mean, he's got to come back, right? Yeah, I mean, Beverly Hills Cop 4, I do think did it right. Man, I don't know. Like, I don't think this should be a part five. For one, you're gonna see less and less of Taggart and Billy. I mean, and those guys are getting old. I mean, they even, as much as I enjoyed this new one, I mean, they look old in the movie. So I mean, there's not gonna, okay, Cobra Kai, yeah, but this goes for Beverly Hills Cop too. I mean, the new one. I mean, there's not, if you're gonna have a fifth one, yeah, I mean Eddie Murphy would come back, but you're not gonna really get much of Taggart and Billy unless you build up new characters. Maybe you can have Joseph Gordon-Levitt come back and give him more of him and Axel Foley throughout the movie. Um, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I thought it really, that it for me rectified part three. It kind of, took the bad taste that is part three and, took it out. Um, Yeah, I mean, where else can they go with another one? Yeah, it's a good question. Where else can they go? Is he going to go back to Beverly Hills again for the fifth one? I mean, there's not much more they can do. I mean, I like the character of the daughter, but I don't know if she, if she has enough star power or talent to take over the franchise. Yeah, look at Rambo 4. I mean, that ended it perfectly, and Beverly Hills Cop 4 ended it perfectly. There's not much more you can do. I mean, what, you know, it seems like every time they want to stretch it out to a part five, it just sucks. Look at Indiana Jones 5. Look at Rambo 5. Look at Die Hard 5. Fives are, most of the time, Rocky 5 you could throw into that. I mean, even though there's some stuff that I like about it, but every time they stretch it out to a five, it's just not good. Five is a bad number. Five is an unlucky number. I'll move the mic up a little bit. I mean, it looked cool. I have a feeling that Mike Barnes and Johnny will be doing a lot of this in the next season. Like butting of heads. I have to wonder because I mean that new Karate Kid movie's in the can, and I know they're kind of spreading out this last season here. Are they waiting to like the very end to like unveil Jackie Chan? Like his character is going to appear at the very end. I mean, Superman Lives would have been interesting, but I mean, I the Flash movie just and that one little scene with Nicolas Cage and bad CGI. I mean, Superman Lives would have been interesting, but yeah, I mean, I do like that. That's a good Bond movie. I thought, it was a good Bond film. Batman Triumphant was that the one? Is that the one where it's like they wanted like Jeff Goldblum for Scarecrow or some idea like that for Batman and Robin or like the Batman 5? Like they were going to have Scarecrow in there and it was going to be played by either Nicolas Cage or Howard Stern or Jeff Goldblum, something weird like that. Yeah, back then. I don't think they'll kill off Jaden Smith. I think they would just ignore him, like pretend he didn't exist. I have a feeling they'll probably do that. God, I hope he doesn't appear. Wow, man, what would you think if Jaden Smith appears at the very end of this final season? I mean, he's not going to be the new Karate Kid. I mean, we know that there's a new actor that they have, but God, I would hate just to see Jaden Smith like have him appear for a cameo. I'm like, no. A View to a Kill is all right. I would say one of the worst is Die Another Day. Scarecrow was going to be in it. Harley Quinn too. Okay, I didn't know that. I knew about the Scarecrow part, but I didn't know about Harley Quinn. I do think back in the day, like someone who could have been a good Harley Quinn. I think a Lori Petty would have been a good Harley Quinn. I mean, yeah, I think that would have been cool. Yeah, I mean, ooh, yeah, Grace Jones. I remember she was in that. Didn't she play like not the main villain, but like a kind of like a subordinate villain? Die Another Day is underrated. To each his own. I mean, I can't say that. I don't like Die Another Day. Exactly. It just be shit. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to see Jaden Smith. I can put up with Jackie Chan, even though I don't really want to see him like appear. But I have a feeling they're going to do that because Ralph Macchio is already in this new Karate Kid movie. Him and Jackie Chan. So I have a feeling they're going to tie both the movie and the series by having Jackie Chan appear at the very end of Cobra Kai season 6. So safe. Let's just bet on that. Let's bet on that happening, even though I don't want to see it. I haven't seen the Ted Bundy movie from 2002. World is Not Enough is okay, but it just has issues. Yeah, I did see it. I enjoyed it. It would have been a good Robin, Nightwing. Ooh. Okay, let's say if Chris O'Donnell didn't play the character at that time. I don't know why I thought about because he wasn't Clueless, I think. But at that time, and let's say 94, 95, maybe he could have had a young Paul Rudd, or maybe I don't know if he would have been a good choice. Maybe you could have had um, I mean, Brandon Lee would have been cool if he didn't pass away. Um, Maybe you could have had. Hmm, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I have to really think about that. Probably Immortal, I guess. The Ed Gein 2000 horror film. I haven't seen it. Is there any Bond movies I hate? Yeah, Die Another Day and No Time to Die. I'm not watching. Yeah, Conan the Destroyer was fun, and I remember she was in that. I haven't seen Vamp, but I've heard about it. I've heard about that film. Yeah, Hilary Swank, I think, is going to show up. Edward McGregor, he was considered for Batman Forever. It wasn't like Marlon Wayans going to be Robin. Like they put him in the costume and stuff, but they ended up not having Marlon Wayans. Like he was that close to playing the character, and I think to this day he still gets royalties for that for that. So yeah, the Vagrant's fun. I like the Vagrant. Um, hmm. Well, Die Another Day is awful. Um, Spectre wasn't that great. So I mean, I have to think about that. I mean, I think the Bond series, the thing is, even though there's been different Bonds uh, throughout the years, I think a big part of it is that, I think it's the characters larger than life, and then when you throw in the spy motif on top of it, the gadgets, the score, the music, the action sequences. I mean, to me, why that character's lasted this long is because people love the character. And for the most part, there's been a lot of great Bond movies. There's been a lot more great ones than there has been bad ones. From the Connery era to Lazenby, which I do like that one. Roger Moore, I thought he was a fun Bond. He had a good balance of, playing it serious, but a little bit of tongue in cheek ness, and a little bit of fun with that character, or playing the character. Timothy Dalton was a great Bond. Pierce was a great Bond. Daniel Craig, I do like. Um, Even though to me he's only made really two good Bond movies, but I think people just love the character. They love the gadgets. They love the spy motif. Uh, every Bond film has like a big scale to it, and yeah, like I said, there's been a lot more great ones than there has been bad ones. World is Not Enough, I do not hate. It's just not a strong film. It's not a strong Bond movie. It's a flawed Bond film, but I can still watch it. Yeah, that would have been cool to see Robin as the Riddler, but what happened, what happened on Batman, he was going to play the Joker and they let him go, but yeah, I can't blame Robin if he was offered the Riddler and he's like, no, I mean, I'm not going to do it. It would have been very interesting to see. Yeah, I mean, I do like Batman Forever, but I mean, I get it's not. For me, it's like a so-so movie. I would say more back in the day, I enjoyed it more, and there's a little bit of a nostalgia factor there. Like, there's things I really like about the film, but there's also things that don't really hold up well, or I'm not really a big fan of. But I can still watch it. I can still have a little bit of fun with it. And then Batman and Robin just made everything just that much worse. And I don't think, even though Batman Forever is not a great movie, but I don't think Batman and Robin really helps it, because Forever kind of was the start of the downfall. I mean, it just, you know, never seen it. Yeah, video game would be cool. Rank the Bond actors. I would say my favorite Bond is, oh man, you know what? My favorite Bond has to be Pierce. Then my second favorite is Roger Moore. Then I would say Sean Connery. Then I would say Timothy Dalton. Then Daniel Craig. Then Lazenby. Hey, Scotty. Yeah, I could see New Line Cinema better, handling Batman. I mean, Schumacher, I don't know what he was. He's a great director, but I don't know what happened with Forever. The Stepfather's getting a 4K. That's cool. Batman Forever. Yeah, I mean, when I was like 7 or 8, I would say, yeah, Forever was my favorite because it's the first one that I saw. And then later discovering Batman and Batman Returns, I would say my favorite is the '89 film. You can't go wrong with that. I still like Forever. Yeah, the women. I forgot about the women in the Bond series. My favorite Bond girl is the one in For Your Eyes Only. I forgot. I think her name was Carol Bouquet. If I'm getting it wrong, forgive me. But I just love brunettes. And she was the most beautiful Bond girl to me. Yeah. For Your Eyes Only is a really good Bond film. Definitely in my top five. Yeah, I love the '89 film. He was in talks to play the Riddler when Christian Bale took over. Eddie Murphy? I haven't heard. I haven't heard about that. Yeah, forgot. Yeah, Talisa Soto was in License to Kill. I haven't watched the Bond movies in like 4 years, but I have seen all of them except No Time to Die. Um, I don't know. I mean, there's no plans right now for conventions. Uh, maybe if I did go to one, I did thought about GalaxyCon, but it's coming up pretty close, and I just don't want to spend a bunch of money right now. But if there's one actress that's going to be there that I would like to meet, Marissa Tomei, I would go just to meet her. But that's it. I would say, yeah, brunettes, then blondes, then redheads. Yeah, Spider-Man 2 is a classic. Yeah, Forever is good. I mean, like I said, it's so, but it's a little bit of a step down from the first two movies. Have you never used an ATM machine before? Yeah, I would not see No Time to Die. For one, it's 3 hours. I don't want to see the character be killed off. I'm good. And yeah, I'm going to take a fat pass on No Time to Die. I got no time to watch. How about that? Literally have no time to watch. Hey, Kevin. Favorite redhead actress? I don't know. Let me look. Uh, Molly Ringwald. Why not? There you go. I've never seen Night of the Creeps. Yeah, I mean, with the Connery movies, the Bond ones, yeah, even the first one I liked. I would say my favorite Connery Bond film is oh, maybe like You Only Live Twice. I thought that was underrated. For Much of It Love is good. Robert Shaw is a good villain. With the with the Roger Moore, I think I enjoyed all the Roger Moore Bond movies. Yeah, I mean, I think they're all pretty good. I mean, you're gonna have some that are better than others, but I think most of Roger Moore's Bond series is good. Tomorrow Never Dies is underrated. Yeah, I mean, it's well, they didn't kill off Axel Foley, thank God. They didn't kill off Taggart or Billy, thank God. They didn't kill off Maverick in Top Gun 2, thank God. They haven't killed off anybody in Cobra Kai, thank God. So, see, if you do it right, people will watch. People will invest if it's done right. Yeah, No Way Home. Who talks about that film now? Spider-Man No Way Home. Who talks about the film now? Does anybody care? It's been what, almost 3 years? And no one remembers that movie. That's pretty cool. Bryce Dallas Howard, I mean, she's not the first redhead I would that comes to mind. No Time to Diarrhea. Exactly. I enjoyed it. I would say go check it out. I don't know if you got Netflix, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was way better than part three. I mean, it seems like the critics are the ones that are more mixed on it. Well, Val Kilmer, I mean, for me, that kind of made a little sense that his character would die. Uh, like that, I mean, you can, like, that kind of makes a little bit more sense than, let's say, Luke Skywalker and other examples. Like, for me, killing off that character is the least offensive thing. I still like Top Gun 2 quite a bit. Yeah, I mean, Paul Reiser was cool to see him back, but I don't know if they can really stretch it out to a part five. And like I said, I don't know what more they can do with Axel Foley. I mean, let's assume that he went back to Detroit, but what can they really do? That's going to be interesting. Yeah, Annihilation was awful. Pacific Rim, I've seen it once, but I can't remember anything about it. So, did everybody hear that John Cena is retiring? So, thank God. Thank God. Ugh. But yeah, that's the big news today that John Cena is retiring. And his farewell tour is going to end at WrestleMania next year. Good. Yeah, I did hear about that. John Belushi's wife has passed away. Really? A part three with Eddie Murphy and Sean Connery in England? No, John Cena is retiring from wrestling. I wish he would. I wish he would retire from acting. Didn't you know John Cena has been a wrestler for like 20 years? uh, but yeah, he should retire from acting too. I haven't seen Trancers, but I've heard of those movies. Yeah, maybe. Beverly Hills Cop in Russia. I would not want to see that. I mean, pretty much. I mean, John Cena would only appear like once a year, but I think it's just age, and he really can't. He's not doing it on a full time basis, anyways. And yeah, I mean, I think it's the perfect time for him to retire. I'm not gonna I'm not going to minimize his impact. I'm not a Cena fan at all, and the stuff he's done with Make a Wish, I applaud him for. But as a wrestler, as a performer, I've never been a fan, and I'm glad. I mean, let him retire. I mean, he's pushing 50. There's not much more for him to do. Well, The Rock's not done. I'm sure he'll be back. Why do I have a feeling they're going to do like The Rock versus Cena next year? I don't know. But The Rock is going to be back in wrestling at some point. Yeah, Morbius is trash. Is A Good Day to Die Hard more like a Bond film? No, it's just a bad movie. It's a bad Die Hard movie. Yeah, I mean he's done some good stuff on the side, but I don't like John Cena as an entertainer. I haven't seen Madam Web, but I've heard a lot of bad things about it. Yeah, if you think, yeah, I mean, especially with the first movie, I would say the first movie was more like action oriented, and the second film it like turned up or dialed up the comedy a bit more. But yeah, the first movie definitely he feels more like a John McClane. I don't remember that store. I was born in '89, so yeah, right at the tail end of that era. Probably. What if John Cena opened to OnlyFans? I mean, he'd be like, "You can't see this. If you want to see it, pay $1 million, but you can't see this." You can't see his junk. You can't see. You can make all sorts of jokes with that. I can't. Yeah, Beverly Hills Cop 2 was a lot of fun. Yeah, OnlyFans should be destroyed. If I want to watch anything like that, I go to porn sites. Worst video game movie? Um, hmm. Um, I'm just looking at a list. Max Payne's pretty awful. Yeah, Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Has to be one of them. Yeah, it kind of does feel like Die Hard 4. I have to go with Nintendo. Yeah, I was trying to make a joke about, even if Cena did open to OnlyFans, you can't see it because there's nothing to see. He's the doctor of shrinkonomics. And he'll just say he get out of the pool. I've never played the Max Payne games, but the movie was awful. I do like Dead Pit. I do follow their channel, and whenever they do like streams with Matt or Stuntman Mark, they're always fun to watch. Yeah, probably. I don't know who they are. Hey, movie, TV show, and video game fan. Hope you're doing well. Haven't heard from you in a while. Yeah, haven't seen you in a while, man. Hope you're doing good. Stop it. Yeah, PS2. I mean, I had back in the day, and I loved. I mean, Grand Theft Auto series, The Punisher for PS2, Spider-Man 2 for PS2, Twisted Metal Black for PS2. Was it Rocky Legends? Yeah, the one Rocky game that was very good. State of Emergency for people that remember that one. Uh, yeah, there's a lot of great ones. Sydney Sweeney OnlyFans. Wow, man, do you got the VIP membership? We know you got the VIP membership, all exclusive. Yeah, Tekken. Yeah, for I remember Tekken 3 for PlayStation. I remember that back in the day. Yeah, Bringing Out the Dead is an interesting movie. The first time I watched it, I wasn't really sure about it because of it didn't really feel like a Martin Scorsese movie. But I think if I were to watch it again, I would like it. I like Nicolas Cage in the film. Yeah, Sydney Sweeney. I mean, we know Wild Man would sign up for that in a heartbeat. He would get the VIP membership and full frontal and ass shots. He would get the Pink and the Stink membership and would beam her up like, like in Fire in the Sky. Was it DB Sweeney? Yeah, Here Comes the Pain. I remember those. I remember those SmackDown games. Like Just Bring It. Those were fun. There's a lot of great games for PlayStation 2. Like Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3. That was a lot of fun. The Hitman series for like Hitman Blood Money, and before that, like Hitman Contracts. The Hitman games were fun. I don't know, Bully Maguire, I guess. Killer Kids. Didn't that kid from Blank Check? I forgot the actor's name. Didn't he play like in a little horror film called Mikey back in the day? Yeah, the Mortal Kombat games. The one I think about is like Deception and like Armageddon. I think I remember Deception quite a bit. Okay, I have to check that out. I have not seen The Perfect Witness. Yeah, that's his name, Brian Bosnell. Yeah, he was in Blank Check. He was in. I recently was surfing through TV, and he was like, he played a Klingon. No, he was in an episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation, and I recognized him even wearing that makeup. And then I know he's been in other stuff. Yeah, Armageddon, I remember. Is that the one, or is it Deception, where it's like you would do the campaign mode or something? And I'm closing my eyes because I'm trying to remember. Like you would collect coins or some kind of thing where you can unlock these like coffins. It's something to do. I'm trying to think if that's Deception, or it's like you can unlock things if you the more you go on, the more you like proceed in the campaign mode. You can get coins, or if you win fights and tournaments, you can get like collect these coins, and you can unlock these coffins, and you can unlock a character or something. I haven't played that in years. Okay, I forgot all about that. Yeah, I think it was Deception. I don't know. I mean, I haven't heard about that. I remember Shaolin Monks, but I never played it. Like I can see like some of the gameplay. Well, I haven't seen Chinatown. I do have the film. I know that, but I haven't seen Chinatown. But Jack Nicholson's a great actor. Yeah, I think with that film there, Sabotage, I think that for me, Arnold should have been the main villain. Like that's a film that would have been interesting to see, like Arnold just play a straight up villain. I've only seen the film once, and I'm just not a fan of it. I'm just David Ayer is a good director sometimes, but that film was just I don't know. From what I remember, the tone was off. It was trying to be like a Training Day esque type of film, but it should have went like more, balls to the wall. Just have Arnold be the villain, the main villain, and just roll with it. That's what I remember when I watched the film. I'm like, just have Arnold be the main villain, be this like crooked, dirty cop character, and or whatever he was in the film. He could do that. Yeah. I mean, it's interesting to see. I mean, it was cool to see too that in this new one, Billy had like the first blood knife in the apartment. So I like the little references like that. Yeah, Skip Woods is awful. Didn't Skip Woods direct the Hitman movie, or he wrote the film? Like he wrote the Hitman movie. Yeah, I think he directed some movies too, but I forgot which ones. Did he direct Swordfish? Because I don't mind Swordfish for what it is. Fatherhood. I've heard about it, but I haven't seen it. The Campaign of Shaolin Monks. Yeah, I need to like. I remembered vaguely a little bit of the gameplay for like from that, but I never played it. I mean, but I'm sure it is. I'm pretty sure it's anything. Those games are alone are better than the 21 movie. Swordfish was good. Like I liked it for Travolta and Halle Berry, and I didn't mind Hugh Jackman in the film. But there was some weird stuff to it, I will admit. Okay, I think Skip Woods, yeah, he wrote the film, and Dominic Sena had directed Gone in 60 Seconds, I believe. Chuck E. Cheese, I haven't been to in years. That's pretty cool. He got a Rambo knife. Sure. I mean, I don't know what the original script was, but that would have been cool to see, I guess. Yeah, Skip Wood. Yeah, I knew he wrote the first Hitman, but I didn't know he wrote the second one, which I haven't seen. It's Thursday. I haven't heard about that one. Oh, he directed California with Brad Pitt and Season of the Witch. Yeah, because I think Season of the Witch was his last movie. Yeah, it would have been so much better if done right. Not have the Colt character at all. Give maybe the more I think about it with the 2021 Mortal Kombat film, maybe it's not the actors, but I think the script just doesn't do them like it doesn't do them any favors. Like if these actors had a little bit more to work with, had a little bit more to do, and a good script. Not that a Mortal Kombat movie needs an Oscar level script, and I'm not saying that, but a fun script. And I think these actors would have come off a little bit more better instead of like monotone or forgettable. Like the one scene where they're all eating together, like that's the one scene where like I felt the banter between the characters. Now Gabo knows what I'm talking about. I'm like, why can't we've gotten more of that? Which is worse? I would say the Leprechaun films, because there's way more Leprechaun films than there is the Rollerball remake. Whiteout, I haven't seen that one. Yeah, if I forgot he wrote Die Hard 4, but that's probably the best thing he did. You mean like grilled cheese sandwich? Yeah, I mean grilled cheese sandwiches are good. Yeah, the most. Yeah, Kano had the most to do, but he was also the more annoying character. It was like, Kano was the best character and the worst character. Or no, actually, Cole was the worst character. Kano, I think the actor didn't do a bad job, but for the most part, I just didn't like the dialogue he was given, and the other characters weren't given much to do, and as a result, you got a lot of monotone acting and cardboard personalities. You get a better director, not the same director for the second one. I haven't seen Strange Days. Mortal Kombat Christmas movie. Where can I find this? I remember a little bit of it, but I don't watch a lot of true TV. I've never seen Freddy Got Fingered. I've heard about it. Yeah, I remember he was in the Power Rangers film. I thought he did better there than Mortal Kombat. But again, I think it's just a bad script, bad direction. Yeah, the scene where in the second film, Axel Foley's in Billy's apartment. There's a Cobra poster, and there's a First Blood Part Two poster. The Hunt is getting into 4K. That's pretty cool. What's a bad movie that you know it's bad, but I still enjoy it? Maybe Howard the Duck. Maybe like I can watch it, but it's not a good movie. Um, hmm, I have to think. I mean, there's more, but I just haven't. I have to really think about that. No, I haven't heard about that. Yeah, I mean, if the new Liu Kang was more of like a rebel type, maybe it would have worked better. And I don't know, just everybody in that film, maybe aside from Kano, but everybody just came off very cardboard and one note. Cheerleader Camp, I haven't seen. But yeah, you could say Street Fighter. I would probably throw that into that category. Yeah, so I made a post about this, but yeah, right now I'm trying to create like a new credit roll for videos. So if anybody is interested and want to help out the channel, I'll put a Patreon down below in the box, and it's just for crediting. Um, I have a couple of people that are subscribed or pledged. I know Kevin is one of them. Direct to screenwriter, Rich. And so yeah, I'm doing that kind of trying to figure out or just work on a new credit screen, new credit roll. Yeah, Howard the Duck. I mean, I got there's some goofy stuff with it, but I still like it. Yeah, maybe you could do that. I mean, if they were to do a part five, and I don't know. I mean, that's the thing. I enjoyed part four. Can they pull it off again? And even if Axel Foley stayed in Beverly Hills, can they pull off another interesting sequel? I don't know. I've never seen Best Defense. I haven't seen Street Fighter in a while. I would say in 5 years or more, I haven't seen Street Fighter. I got it on DVD. Yeah, Leah Thompson's beautiful. I still haven't seen Ballistic X versus Sever. Internal Affairs getting a 4K Blu-ray. I don't think I've seen that one. But we'll go on for another like 15, 20 minutes here. I guess, but so didn't they reference though in this new one that Jane was born in 91? So Axel Foley, which they didn't reference in part three, that he had a daughter. So she was born before the events of part three. You kind of, and they just, you know, maybe they did that in a way to sort of like, ignore part three or to push, part three to the side because Jane, the character was born in 91. There's no reference of it in part three. So did they do that in a way to sort of like, push aside part three and ignore the events of that? But they still made a reference to it because in this new one, Joseph Gordon-Levitt looks at his file and they make a little dig at part three saying, oh, that's not your finest hour. So they do reference part three in this new one and they make a dig at it. But yeah, that's the one thing that kind of confused me a little bit. They haven't seen American Graffiti. Believe it or not, I have not seen that. My favorite Dunkin' Donuts drink. I don't go to Dunkin' Donuts. We have one, but I don't go to. Oh, I don't go to Dunkin' Donuts. Well, that unaired pilot's on YouTube. The one that they did back in 2013. It is on YouTube. Huh. Oh yeah, the Rob Zombie Monsters movie. That was awful. That was a train wreck. I've seen it. KFC, I mean, there was a KFC near me, but I don't know. I'm just not. I'd rather go to Bojangles. Bojangles is not, all over the country, but it is better than KFC. Yeah, like the pilot they filmed back in, was it 2013 or 14? But yeah, it is on YouTube. I mean, you can check and see. I don't know if it's still there, but yeah, I mean, I haven't been to KFC in a while, so I don't know what the potato. I forgot what the potatoes taste like. Yeah, I've heard of. I've seen it. Just stop it. Do I think Rob Zombie should stop casting his wife in movies? Yeah, and stop making movies. The monsters, the monsters was awful. But yeah, I'll go on for another 10 or so, like 10 minutes or so. So right now it's about 11:15. If we go on for 10 or yeah, I can't even talk. If we go on for 10 or more minutes, that'll be close to 2 hours. Not quite 2 hours, but close to it. And I'm getting hungry. I'm ready to eat some lunch. Bala, come here. What you doing? Um, I I can't. Maybe I did, but I can't remember. I'm still not a big fan of Jonah Hill, even though I like the 21 Jump Street movies, but I'm not really that big on Jonah Hill. That'd be cool. No, it's not me. It's the dog. Watch this. Hey, come here. Mom, come here. This is Bala, and she's a big baby. She's not a pit bull, but the type of dog she is, she's in the pit bull family, and she's the big pup. Isn't it right? Oh, hit my elbow. It's not my dog. It's my parents' dog. I'm kind of here. I'll spell it out in the chat. Yeah, this is how the dog's name is spelled. Bala. I didn't name the dog. It's my yeah. Again, it's my parents' dog. I'm kind of dog sitting. Yeah, that was a long time ago when I was ranting about actors that I didn't like. Didn't like. Yeah, I haven't been to KFC in a minute. Yeah, I think. I mean, I do have The Wolf on Wall Street, and I still haven't seen it. Yeah, I mean, yeah. See, everybody's saying hey to Bala. Hey, why are you looking that way? Say hey to the chat. She's just a big, and her toenails are not clipped, so I got to be careful. Yeah. Um, I'm just not a big Jonah Hill fan. I mean, it's just I'm not a fan of his material, his shtick. Yeah, but yeah, I think I remember there was a time when they were like, maybe not as much now, but they were like comparing Jonah Hill to John Candy. All right, time to get off. You're heavy. Go, go. I got you. I gave her a cracker. But yeah, she'll catch stuff. Like if you throw it a piece of food, she'll catch it. I'd rather give Joe Kinnaman more of a chance. Like Joe Kinnaman, I've backed off a little bit on. I mean, I still haven't seen the new John Woo movie that he did. Sometime I'll check it out. Yeah, maybe one day if I could find it. I mean, I'm sure there's a way to watch it, but yeah, maybe sometime I'll check it out. Okay, it's still up on YouTube. Yeah, I think I watched like a couple of minutes of it. Yeah, so we'll go for a few more minutes here. Different Strokes I've never seen. Alec Baldwin's manslaughter trial is set to begin Tuesday in New Mexico. So there you go. Yeah, speaking of Alec Baldwin, because he's in that movie too. That's a good movie. Glenn Gary, Glenn Ross. That's a good drama. Speaking of Alec Baldwin, he's good in the movie, but Spacey too. And I think Jack Lemmon's in that. Yeah, that's the speech where Alec Baldwin talks about the brass balls. Yeah. Maybe he'll get that in prison. You'll get Bubba's brass balls. That's pretty cool. I don't have a 4K player. That's the thing. I don't have a 4K player, so uh, oh boy. Yeah, maybe I'll review it. I haven't thought about it. So like I said, I have my notes ready for my reviews of the franchise and then we'll go from there. Yeah, he was getting his own reality show, Alec Baldwin, which I don't think is happening now. I mean, I don't know if it's still happening or not, but yeah, apparently, unless something happens, like he goes to jail, which, if that is included in the reality show, maybe I'll watch just to see Baldwin be taken to jail. Uh, I got a girlfriend, dude, so I don't need to do that. Let me, yeah, delete. Is Alec Baldwin my favorite Baldwin? I don't. My favorite Baldwin is Adam Baldwin, and he's not even related. How about that? Exactly. I mean, hopefully that reality show. Like who even thought that was a good idea? Like I mean, but yeah. But I'll take a couple of more questions here, and then we'll sign off for now. I'm gonna get some lunch, then come back and try to work on these reviews and stuff. Um, so I'll do one or two more questions. What you got? Give me some good ones. Give me some good questions. Yeah, Adam Baldwin is the best. He's the normal Baldwin that's not even related to the Baldwins. The normal Baldwin. But I'll take one or two more and then we'll sign off for now. I don't know why I'm doing that. Maybe I'm ready to punch Alec Baldwin and his reality show, damn it. I did see that. Yeah, Danny Trejo. Like someone threw a water balloon at Danny Trejo. He was in a lowrider, and I don't know if he was like in a parade or something, but he got nailed with a water balloon. And the guy who threw it, Danny Trejo confronted and like punched the guy, or he tried to hit on the guy, and Danny Trejo got knocked to the ground. He's doing fine. Yeah, Danny Trejo talked about it in an interview, and yeah, he thinks Danny Trejo, as much as I love you, dude, but you're not the real life Machete. I love Machete. Well, you are Machete, but you can't be doing that, dude. You're 80 years old. You can't be getting into these fights. A water balloon is a water balloon. You don't, you know, I know Danny Trejo can take care of himself even at this age, but you don't need to get into fights, man. But Danny Trejo, you know, I did see that. I saw he got, you know, he was trying to take out some guy that threw a water balloon at him, and it was, you know, intentional. But yeah, but Danny Trejo just went for it. Well, I mean, you know, I deleted his comment, and I'm about to wrap it up anyways. So I mean, we'll probably never see him again. But we'll end it here for now. So, you know, for people that stuck around, thank you for sticking around, and it's been a lot of fun. And you know, like I said, you know, for the hangouts and stuff, you know, we'll plan them out. You know, and that way people can know when, you know, to expect them. You know when they're coming, and that way it'll give us more stuff to talk about for when we do a hangout. And you know, we can cover a variety of topics and stuff like that. And we'll do, you know, for people that, you know, like Scotty, Junebug, whoever, let's do some one-on-ones too. You know, let's talk one-on-one, or you know, we can plan that too as well. But yeah, so definitely want to plan a bit better here going forward, and we're all going to get together soon. But to everybody out there, again, thank you for watching. It's been fun, and now I'm hungry. But I will see you guys later, and take care.